Hi, Tricia here. This is a short introduction into flipping the classroom. Flipping the classroom is a new teaching method which originated in Colorado in 2007. Two science teachers named Jonathan Bergman and Aaron Sams thought that there had to be a better way to spend constructive time with their students in the classroom. So they decided to flip the class so that the lecture was given to the students at home and the students came to school to do their assignments. They achieved this by recording their lectures and making these videos available to the students. The students were able to look at these videos on their home PCs or any mobile device, and then when they came to the classroom they worked on their assignments. The teachers were able to spend more constructive time with their students, helping them do their assignments. The teachers no longer had to teach to the middle level of the class. It was a more personalised learning environment. It wasn't a one-size-fits-all anymore. The higher level students were able to work ahead if they needed to. The middle level students required some assistance from the teacher, and they got that when they needed it. And the lower level students got direct instruction from the teacher when they required it. The benefits of flipping the classroom for the teacher was that they had to record their lecture only once. They were assured that each and every student saw the same lecture. They were no longer the sage on the stage, but the guide on the side. And the teacher was then free to help the students in the classroom. The benefits of flipping the classroom for a student was that they could work along at their own pace. They could view the video as many times as they needed and go back and look at particular areas that they weren't quite sure about. They never missed a class, and they could get direct instruction from the teacher when they required for the particular part that they needed. The technologies used to create the flipped classroom include a screen capture program called Camtasia Studio and a webcam or a video camera. Camtasia Studio has many features which include putting multiple items within the video. You can put a PowerPoint presentation, the video of the lecture, and it also includes assessment tools such as quizzes. These videos can then be hosted on a virtual learning environment such as Moodle. Moodle provides the security of user access controls so that only a particular group of students can view the video. A lecturer may have a year's worth of videos available and only make them viewable to the student as and when required. Moodle also provides tools which can be used as assessment, and they come in the form of discussion boards and quizzes. Moodle also provides feedback in the form of statistical information. This provides information to the lecturer on each individual student as to how many times they looked at the video. The pedagogy behind the flipped classroom is the constructivist learning theory. Within this is blended learning, where the student is learning from the technology and from the teacher. Mastery learning, where the units are broken into segments and the student needs to master one unit before they continue on to the next unit. And self-directed learning, where the student takes control of their own learning. So who uses this method besides those science teachers in Colorado? Well, the Khan Academy, founded by Salman Khan. He delivers online tutorials. He began in maths, but now he does finance and economics and computers as well. So these tutorials can be viewed as many times as a student requires and uses the same mastery techniques to ensure that each student can meet certain requirements before they proceed to the next unit. Khan says, this ensures that the student fully understands what they need to understand before they go to the next level. The units are interspersed with interactive challenges and assessments. The teacher can see where each student is at any given time and can intervene when required. So what do the innovators say about the flipped classroom? They say that when most people hear about the flipped class, all they can think about are the videos. It is not about the videos. It is about the interaction and the meaningful learning activities that occur during the face-to-face time, which is most important. It is not about replacing teachers with videos. It is not an online course. It is not students working without structure. It is not students spending their entire classroom looking at a computer screen. What they say the flipped classroom is a means to increase interaction and personalised contact time between the students and the teachers. It is an environment where students take responsibility for their own learning. It is a classroom where the teacher is not the sage on the stage, but the guide on the side. It is a blending of direct instruction with constructivist learning. It is a classroom where students who are absent due to illness never have to miss a class. It is a class where content is permanently archived, but it can be retrieved and changed, altered at a later date. It is a class where all students are engaged in their learning. And it is a place where all students can get a personalised education. Here's a few short videos about the flipped classroom.
I'm Jonathan Bergman, and I work at Woodland Park High School. Now, there was kind of a moment, a revelational moment, when at the end of the year, my kids do a big final project. One of the pieces of the final project is a interview. So I interview them and ask them key conceptual questions about what they're supposed to have learned during the course of the year. And some kids, more kids than I was happy with, didn't really get it. It's like, where have you been for the past 9 months? If you don't understand this, you really haven't almost been in my class. And they had been, so it was disturbing. That's kind of what made me think there's got to be a new way. Well, we went to a mastery system where students, when they get to the end of a unit, they have to master the content. So when they completely passed the objectives, they have to meet a minimum requirement, which is 75%. So when they meet that minimum requirement, they can move on. If they don't, then they have to go back and do what they don't do. So that sort of assured that they've actually learned it. So the big thing has been the mastery, but the recordings have been huge because it frees me up to walk around and interact with kids. The surprises that we've had that have been really amazing is that I can differentiate for all learners. And what that means is that if I've got a kid who is a rocket scientist, I can challenge him in this mastery system. And I've got a kid who really struggles with my content, I can challenge him. In the old system, I had to kind of shoot for the middle. Now I can actually have all the levels shot. Every kid kind of gets a different education, and I think that's okay. My name is Jonathan Bergman. I'm a teacher, a father, a husband. I'm a triathlete, and I love Camtasia Studio.
You teach a course where you normally lecture to students during class time. They work on homework and group assignments during their own time. What if there were a way to do the lectures outside of class time so you could use class time to have students work on activities together? Welcome to Flipping the Classroom, Simply Speaking. It's a pretty common course design. Students gather in a classroom a few times a week to hear a lecture. A faculty member may show slides, play a few videos, demonstrate some concepts, or solve problems. On their own time, students work on problems and arrange times to meet to work on group projects. Some faculty are finding ways to increase student engagement and improve learning by flipping this design. In the new model, students watch, listen to, and interact with content on their own time, and then use class time for engaging activities. Here's how it works. Say you're teaching a biology course. One week you talk about invasive animal species, such as the Asian carp. Instead of lecturing, you post a few YouTube videos about Asian carp. You also produce a video of your own in which you show some photographs of other invasive species and talk about their origins. You want to keep each video interesting, so you keep them under 10 minutes each. To help trigger discussion, you also include some questions that you will be asking students to think and talk about during your next class session. Later in the semester, students can go back to these videos to review key concepts to prepare for an exam or to guide a project or paper. Short videos are just one option. Audio podcasts, VoiceThread, and many types of interactive media can be used as well. The main idea is to capture your presence, thoughts, and guidance that would normally take place in a classroom setting. Now that the lecture is done outside the classroom, what do your students do when they get together? You can have students bring their laptops to class, work in groups, and research one of the other invasive species that you discussed in your video. Where did they come from? What impact are they having? What is being done to control them? Since they're doing this research during class time, they can get your assistance in determining good sources of information and how to interpret what they're seeing. Also, you'll get a better idea of which students are doing their fair share of work in their groups. There won't be any more excuses that students don't have time to get together for group work. If an interesting idea comes from one group, you can get the attention of the class and have a spontaneous discussion. In short, you can create a much more active environment. There are many other activities you can do in the classroom. Have students discuss course concepts or take different sides of an issue and debate their merits. Students could share drafts of papers that they're writing and get feedback from you and other students. Students can work on difficult problem sets, share solutions, and ask for help when they get stuck. Organize students into groups and have them answer questions about a case study, or they could write and practice a presentation about a topic of your choosing. There are ways of using class time for activities involving any discipline. The important thing is to get students to engage with the content of your course. Flipping your classroom involves some serious thinking about the way you are teaching and the way students learn, so you may want to start with a single topic or week and see how it goes. The results may surprise you. This has been Flipping the Classroom Simply Speaking. To get more information about this topic, visit tlt.its.psu.edu/flip. This video was produced by Penn State University and is available for use under Creative Commons license.
So, are you ready to flip your class? If you are interested in flipping your class, I will be your facilitator. I am currently studying for a Master's in Technology and Learning in Trinity College. This is my research for my final project, my final year. If you are interested in taking part in this research, please contact me. Thank you.